Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Kingdom of the Phocaean League, a country that is formerly known as Massalia, in which the kingdom has a new king, but it does come with a big price. You see, there's a threat of civil war, which seems it's no surprise, and the tyranny is still high, which we're trying to slowly get rid of it. Of course, slightly hindered at the fact that we did deify a ruler of a past, in which we made Memnon as the new Hellenic deity of the economy, replacing Hermes, which the holy site is still here in Massalia itself. Even though we don't get the full bonus like we used to. But even though it says no family and whatnot, but he's a Xenophon, so he's our family, although kinsman from long ago. If I ever have a child, I'm going to name my son Memnon after our Lord Memnon. Yes. That'll happen one day. As long as that cult is not forgotten. But as for the manpower recovery speed, I think we'll be fine. We don't need a call anymore. We could just have a bit more of national freedom and happiness. So yeah, that's one issue. But the real issue is, this is our new king, Xenophon, son of Gorgippos, the first king. Even though the title that they give us is Tyrant. But I will not be a true tyrant in a sense. No. They can call me a tyrant, but what kind of man that makes a tyrant who gives back to the people? You see, Xenophon is an energetic man. He always puts double the effort, even when sleeping. He's got that youthful enthusiasm in him. And also, he's generous, so it's going to make him more popular all the time. And don't make much money on the holdings that he has. See, 0.14 a month, so it's not very much. But as governor and ruler, and that includes, Massalia and all around in the region of Transalpine Gaul, there'll be more happiness for citizens and freemen. And as ruler, citizens will be a lot happier under my rule. And as benefactor, I'll be also more popular, and more attraction is there. And also as governor in all areas of the Transalpine Gaul, slave happiness, and as ruler, even more slave happiness. So, Xenophon is the man of the people, who doesn't make too much money. And was claiming a holding, but now that ambition's going to go away. Unless I switch to another one right now, but here's the problem. He's not that popular, especially it doesn't help that he was claiming a holding before he was crowned king. The problem is, he's very young, which to some people is like, oh, that means he's going to have a long reign. Yeah, he will, but his legitimacy comes to question. It was 100 from the previous, and at the end of it, legitimacy has dropped. And as a result, stability has dropped even lower. We had 40-something, but now it's at its lowest. Because there is a succession crisis right now. And it even led to this man, my kinsman, Antigonos Xenophon, which his grandfather told him many times that he would be the future of the Phocaean League. But now, well, maybe he's taking that too literally, as he is a popular successor, so this character is the leader of a popular rebellion against the incumbent ruler, which is me. This modifier will be removed if the character reaches 40 loyalty, which I don't have the money to bribe him. But I could seize the assets while they're not present and protected. Well, he does have a huge amount of money, and he's going to use that money to protect lower cohorts while I become corrupt, and subsequently get more money for the state and for myself, which I don't need to do that. Now look here. Antigonos, you may be running the army of the Fourth Stratos, but if we come to blows with your Zero Marshal, I will defeat you, and your army is mine. I'm not saying I'm going to take command of that particular army. No, no, no. I mean, when we have full control of it, when he dies, by any means, we'll just trim this army a bit. Like, we can move some of the heavy infantry and some of the light cavalry or light infantry to join with the other armies. Especially for Stratos, it could use some heavy infantry. And plus, you ain't got no supply train. So your food capacity is going to be a problem. And plus, 2 armies does not have commanders. It's deliberate because when you have tyranny, the cohort loyalty chance goes up by a wide margin. So don't assign commanders unless civil war is inevitable or we're under attack by invaders. I'm looking at you over there. We're going to get you one day. It's just we have to solve this problem internally. But that problem could go away very soon because Olympiodorus, who's been a thorn of the side of the Xenophon family, he's about to die of cancer. We're going to revoke his holding. He can only have one. And that's it. And his son Cassandros will be set to inherit it. Targeted by me and him. That's why he's keeping one, because I was trying to claim a holding from him, but why claim a holding if we could just revoke it? I don't know, there's an option I can execute myself if we have stability, but again, I just became crowned. Those options will change. Just give it a moment. So we have a succession crisis here. And we will solve that succession crisis very soon. So go pick up this army and move them to the Eastern Iberian front, because this is the army that I will eventually take command. I just need to make a little bit more money before cohort loyalty picks up for me. And off we go. I mean, why would you tell me to kill myself? I'm not depressed. Not the screen I was looking for. I need to save up some political influence, which is a little bit hard to come by. So we can make the sacrifice for the gods and get the stability up even faster. Because legitimacy will be going down pretty fast. And I'm not that popular. But I will soon assign myself to the first Stratos, the elite army. My army, that I will take command. Even though I have a martial skill of 6. Since I'm energetic, which doesn't benefit anything other than, you know, here in the statesmanship. And also they tell me that I'm unmarried. So if I need to marry somebody, preferably somebody with a little more charisma than I do. But unfortunately, the best candidates are a bunch of old women. Widows, if you will. Knowing that they outlived their husbands. The second youngest is only 44, and this is the youngest, which she just turned 16 recently. But unfortunately, she's rather depressed, which we would have the same level of charisma no matter what. So you're not a good candidate for a while. But there's no rush. I'll tell you what. By the time I turn, if I don't find a wife by the time I turn 25, I'm going to get desperate, alright? And I'm going to need a lot of money. Personal money. So it's just me, Cassandra, who is my sister, and my baby sister Eurydice. And if we ever get a lot of stability again, first thing we're going to do is to change that law from agnatic primogeniture to agnatic cognatic. I mean, we do have enough stability to change that, but and the political influence, but don't do it at this time. Okay, Antigonus, you're coming over there. You're going to meet up. Because should civil war happen, You and I are gonna fight. And watch out for pirates. And we know you're lacking food, so this is your punishment. But, you know, we can't kill off his corpse entirely. That would take up our reinforcements. So. And if you try to disband the army, then that means it's going to add up more to his power base. Hence the reasoning of the Civil War. And Lepidodorus is finally dead. He was the head of the Spartacus family. And all we have to worry about is the governor. Which, he doesn't have any holdings, but he's governor. And he's plotting quietly. So better watch out for him. And whatnot. You and your whatnot. Now station yourself there. Yeah, but at least there's the start to get my popularity up a little. There we go. But it's gonna take a lot more than that now that we got rid of this ambition. It'll go up very, very slowly. And if only I had a lot of money to sponsor the games. But we can't do that right now. So we are able to prevent the Civil War, but the legitimacy is called into question. And soon we're going to lose another one of our good generals. As he's hiring a private army. Which I just noticed that. Cannot evoke Memnon for another 15 months. Okay, fine. One more of this. And I even considered, as these three things are in Massalia, which is part of the sanctuary of Massalia for Hermes, and Memnon has no holy site. I even thought about a consideration of, why don't we just take down our old Hermes holy site and replace it one with Memnon? Not easy. Because, well, to have a holy site, well, the real question is where to build it. Here? That's going to cost you a lot of political influence and money. And why on earth we want to sack our old sanctuary to get the treasures back? We can move them, right? No, you can't, unless you loot it. Or, at least, you can't deselect them out of here. So we'll have to use that. I mean, after all, he's a high deity of economy, so it makes sense. And that's why I propose to build a eventual holy site for Memnon in Emporion, where there's a fort there. I would love to build it over in Tartessos, but it's still fully Iberic. Not enough Hellenics to make it matter. Speaking of Memnon, this other Memnon, which again, popular name in this part of the Greek world. Oh! We wish them luck finding funds elsewhere. Now I take a hit in popularity, which I'll put myself in the army very soon. But first, let us sacrifice in the name of Memnon. There, now the stability's going to go up a lot faster now. Now don't do that again. All we need to do is just pray to our Lord Memnon to have enough stability so nobody can question my legitimacy, and hopefully the population will be more happier. And I gotta be more popular. By the way, how much money? Okay, 6. Once I reach 200, assign myself to the first stratos. So it's stable for now in this part, but not the stability itself. Now just save up your political influence for the holy site of Memnon. Otherwise the cult of Memnon will be forgotten. Plus, you know, our old general will be passing away soon. The question is, what other commanders that could replace him? Him? I mean, that man is a lunatic and has inflammation. Good. Now, what this? Also, yeah, be careful. That man's the other pretender, and he's the court tutor. Which, if I were to have a child right now, we cannot tutor him unless we get him on our side. Which it can go away if he wasn't a pretender and don't want to rely on bribing. We will fight them soon. Unless civil war breaks out, which I don't think it all will. Show bribe. Anyhow, our family is a little bit smaller these days compared to the other three. $187, almost there. By September. Assign myself to the first stratos, and that's where I will start getting more popular, because I'm a commander of one of my armies. One of the armies of the Phocaean Kingdom. This I need heavy cavalry discipline, since most of our heavy cavalry is going to be in that army I assigned to. Don't forget about that. Ever since Antigonos created the fourth army, I didn't do it. Antigonos did. As I said, when he's dead and he's taken off command, I'm going to trim that army a bit. Like some of the heavy infantry should go to me, and some of the light cavalry should go to this one. Or at least 2 more. And archers to this. Or line infantry. Take your pick. I may not have the charisma, but things I do for stability. Anyone new? Nope, the youngest one got married off. As I said, okay, I'm in no rush, but I do not have the political influence yet if I want to seek to arrange a marriage with a great family, which I will gain a seek spouse for one of the great families in the realm. Speaking of that, I don't think the nobles were like this, but I will ease restrictions on the citizenship so the culture, citizen happiness, so Massalia and Greeks will like me more. As I said, I'm going to be the people's king, not the people's tyrant, because that sounds odd. Anything else? At least they don't cost political influence to do that. But don't go overboard with these sort of things. The reason I did that, look at the options at who you can adopt into the Xenophid family, including from the lesser Xenophids from long ago, and those minor characters. And apparently there is another Xenophon. Diphtheria. I was thinking he should be adopted, just for the fun of it. And we know that man's a loony. Which again, his health is slowly but surely deteriorating. But that's just in case we need characters who are non-Massalians to join our, family, which is getting a little bit smaller. That's the reason why I did that. And she's energetic like me, is baby Eurydice. Baby sister. Don't rush to look for a spouse yet. Just get the country to be more stable and sign yourself to the army. This Xenophon's better than me. The heck? But anyway, this is for the popularity. So now I don myself in a linothorax, the uniform, and I will slowly but surely get more popularity this way. Unless we go to war and I have a distinguished service. But if I get killed, then Antigonos will finally get what he wants. But wait for the tyranny to lower itself enough, then I will assign another general to fill for the third stratus, which I will get an honor guard soon. An honor guard who can back me up during the times of crisis. My philosophers, you're good to me. I need a new one. Preferably someone I can count on. And somebody a bit more loyal. Look, you're ill. The other Xenophon is not. I know it's a bit lower, but give it time. Could have appointed someone who knows his stuff. A proposal. The fact that King Xenophon, is yet to marry has attracted the attention of many great families of the realm. It was therefore no surprise when, during recent festivities by the House Spartacid, King Xenophon was introduced to Nysa, a young and, according to some, very suitable match. It is certainly that Aristarchus Spartacus' Tyrant would be deeply grateful for families to be joined together in such a union. Well, you're a lot of things, Aristarchus. Let me see you. You're zealous, and you're a founder. You have better finesse than me, but no. Sorry, I need a charismatic woman. Yeek. But a new character will appear and try to be married to somebody else. But, of course, Mary would frown upon the other families. So, sorry. Can't do it. Disloyal promise. Oh, no. Corrupt governor, you are extorting territory. You bastard. This is gonna increase a small bit of tyranny, but do whatever I can to stop that proud to be disloyal. And the problem is that the majority of the people in this region is puny. You're trying your damnedest to culturally assimilate, which, well, really, it's that bad. I ought to replace you for this. What's your statesmanship? If it reaches 0, it may attempt to rebel, which we will no doubt crush him. But it's nice to know that they're trying to get me to marry somebody. But I prefer someone charismatic. And no recruiting foreign women, regardless of ethnicity, doesn't work. And it'd be a waste of money and aggressive expansion and time to look for some random single woman of a neighboring country, or any Greek countries for that matter, to look for the woman of my dreams. Well, the woman of my dreams would have to be somebody who's more charismatic than I, and probably a little more zeal to it. A royal proposal. Oh, looks like I'm going to get another offer, so keep them coming. What are you going to do? Send me your wife? You ain't got no sisters, so... What proposal? So, as I said, until I'm age 25, when I reach 25, you better damn well get married. Researcher with a lot of power base. Yes, I know we rejected your offer, but you could have done better than that. Come on. At least Antigonos is not causing any trouble. Yet. I'm slowly but surely increasing the popularity, which I can increase more popularity if I get me some loyal cohorts, which I can by drilling, but to do that you gotta have the army maintenance, which would of course slow down our income, which is going up and down bit by bit. This is what we mean by succession crisis, because it questioned my legitimacy. And our maximum manpower is lowered, but... Okay. Rest in peace, Spitaminis. You're a good man. The first Zoroastrian to ever step foot in Western Europe. Yeah, why not? Could be a bad idea in the long run. Now 2 researchers are this slow and the further increases. Yep, they're getting to me now. Plot. Actually, he'll get back on our side. He's plotting quietly, but the other 2 will be dealt with in time. Well, meanwhile, I will get another proposal. Hopefully, a charismatic woman this time. Oh, are they at war? Yes, they are. They're advancing again. But at this rate, they're going to be right on our borders once we solve this succession crisis. This is why we can't go to war against them until we solve this internal issue first. Yes, the future Iberian War, the ultimate Iberian War, it'll expand in many fronts, including all the way to Opidania, with this port that we will take one day. And the tyranny can't go away any faster. If you want to increase the ruler charisma, give me a charismatic woman. If you don't, then civil war it shall be. I'm not afraid. I got backup. Dysentery, arthritis. Well, what do you got, Antipatros? Okay. Tolema. Not as good martial. She's got good finesse. And charisma better than mine, and so is the zeal. Oh, you can look through here. You can highlight here. Look. 6, 7, 2, 4. And, well, actually we have the same zeal, but she has better charisma than I do it too. And better finesse. Oh dear. She's chaste, but intelligent. I don't know, because if I accept this proposal, Aristarchus is going to hate me again, and Makadas will dislike me even more. You've put me in a rather compromising position. Taking advantage of a less than legitimate king, as some people see in these eyes. And plus, a few years older than me. So chance of having a child, though chaste, is going to be pretty low. So, although it would be ideal. I mean, again, I'm young. I got a lot of years ahead of me. So, I mean, when I was born, my father was already an old man. So I guess she'll be an ideal partner then. Well, just help me by increasing the charisma. So there'll be less tyranny now. At least we hope. Just wait till a month passes to see the change. Okay, there you go. So now it's 0.9 instead of 0.5. And it'll starting to slow down with the legitimacy. Though I could increase it, but that would cause a bit of an increase in tyranny and political influence, which we're a bit low on that these days. So this will pretty much compensate for my lack of charisma and zeal, while the martial is like below average in my opinion. I could scheme to prove my legitimacy right now. Researching lineage, and I'll be spending my funds for it. It is immensely useful when one's ancestor simply turns out to have been Alexander the Great all along. There's a 2% chance of discover a connection of a Greek bloodline. So, okay, I'm married. Now, let's turn this thing around. Want to question my legitimacy? And if you want civil war, Well, you got it. For now. Until something unforeseen happens. Or take away a bunch of your holdings and make you very disloyal, and you'll be much more of a problem. He doesn't deserve all these holdings. And he'll die off. And he's very corrupt, so that's the very reason. You may be content right now, but I will soon take away your holdings. Starting to turn around now. Shunati. The heck? Ah, Assyrian. Hellenized Assyrian dynasty running a Persian empire. I'll start revoking his holdings soon. Oh, I know what I'm going to spend my money next. Actually, right now. This is for the popularity gain. Make pile of gold, and more monthly popularity gain. Again. It's going to help a bit. Excellent. It happened in Costa Tania Madoratus. It's good to see you back on our side. I'll become more popular this way. Oh, that's bad. If I do this, we go into debt. We'll only cover the repair costs, unfortunately. You know, we'll get all that money fast, and you'll get that invention in no time. Remember, next one. Public Works Department. As I said before, I'm going to be the People's King. No matter what they say about my legitimacy. They want to question me. Well then. Remember, my Queen Consort. She's chaste, so it's a reduced chance of having many children. Unless she dies or something. And then, well, can get married to another. There'll be plenty more women in years to come. If I get desperate. Antigonos! Plotting quietly, I see. Okay, start taking away his holdings. He'll be forever disloyal, but it'll weaken his chance of a possible civil war. This is how you solve a problem. Thought it was me for a moment. Now he's going to assassinate some admiral. And he's also targeted by that court tutor of ours. Backstabbing politics. If only Memnon came down to see us right now. Where are you going? Over there. I got my eye on you. He'll be going up to the 40 soon. Well, thankfully for Antigonos' disloyal army, we make a lot more money now to get more popularity. Slowly but surely. And since civil war is likely to be inevitable at this rate, so get me the honor guard from the Teutatanians. This will increase the loyalties, especially that disloyal province down there. The Corskins and the Lubids won't like it because we didn't get the honor guard from them. So we need a Teutatanian warrior who can back me up. The Teutatanian has sent us a man to fulfill the role of the honor guard in Massalia. Only time will tell who can actually put this new warrior to use, or to support him as it was a mere formality to please his cultural kin. If only you weren't a scholar. I mean, that's one thing from you. But you are good-natured, so you will stay loyal. And he's also brave, and he's reckless. Characteristic of a man of warrior stock. And he's Iberic, not Hellenic. Keep that well in mind. So you will be running this army. Whoa, we got more contenders now. He's a Punic Druidic. Master and Cruel. Slightly better. And there's some other good potential candidates that are level 9. Look, my standard of martial skills with generals, 8 is like the middle. From 0 to 15 in average. 8 is the middle. Anything above 8 is better. Anything lower than 8, not so much. But me and a 6, well then I have to, just to make sure that the other armies don't join the rebels in a possible civil war. And we know that the honor guard is friend of the Tyrant, so he'll never betray me. So I need him to stand by with me. Abaraban, is that how you say your name? Abaraban? Any people who know Iberian pronunciations of them? But you will be running this army. And you will help us out. So, get to your ships. Land here quickly, before pirates come. That army stays there. Because he's still loyal to me. Somewhat. But this loyalty inspired. I would spend my political influence, but I can't. Come close to me. We'll fight together. Because Antigonos could be a troublemaker. Well, it's going to have to be you representing the Phocaean League. Now that we have our armies, up the economy. Start drilling. When I get a few lower cohorts for myself, it'll increase my popularity further. So now I'll slowly but surely become more popular. Antigonos! I mean, this will get him back on our side, but he may become more ambitious. Yes. Ambitious. He wants my throne. That's his desire. In his subconscious, he desires for the throne. But now that we have on our side, so now we averted civil war again. I mean, no doubt, we're ready for war now. They're part of that too. Boy, this is going to be a massive war coming up. Now, come here. I need Antigonus to stand by me when we go to war against the Celto-Iberians. Reasons? So there's a chance he may get killed. That'll solve your problem. And when I go to war, then win a war, win a battle, then there you have it. When it's fulfilled, I'll gain 5 legitimacy. Because I need to stop this. And if all else fails, then just increase it. Use your political influence then. I don't know if I'll ever see the pregnant icon under favorite characters. I'll have that on. So I could check her every once in a while if I ever impregnate her. Okay, a few years older than me. And she's alright in my book. As far as looks is concerned. Even though we don't know Xenophon's tastes. As he's more interested of just trying to make sure that he's still legitimate in the eyes of this young kingdom. When they're done fighting, declare war. So as we said before, Antigonus has to stand by me, my friend and honor guard. When we're not threatened by civil war, he will be on the other front with Nicomachus, which he'll pass soon. Carthage is up to something? No? Oh dear. Ingenuity is reduced to such a sad state of affairs. But hey, at least it helps up with the military experience a little if we can get their experience up more. Fugitives cross the borders, fleeing the dreadful war of Eberovitsia. A number of important dignitaries have managed to escape our lands, hoping to find refuge. Our advisors recommend against giving them asylum due to the fragile political circumstances of our region. No kidding. And indeed, much favor may be gained if we were to finish the job for them. Let me see. We only see one young man that is worth a damn. Belgae. You hear from far north. First generation Metcrat. Generation senatorial family. Alright. We could welcome all of them. Oh, put them to death and they'll... Oh, just bring them in. There's one man in particular that I like. Despite his best efforts, it is clear that nobody has any idea who Xenophon actually is. Unnoticeable. Prominence lowered. Attractions there then. Providence, commerce lowered if governor. When Xenophon speaks, who is Xenophon anyway? It doesn't hurt my attributes, but it doesn't help it. I mean, I'm a ruler, so it matters little, except the commerce of the Transalpine Gaul areas, which it hurts it. Yeah, not good. Not to mention it's lowered because we have Antigonus' army back on our side. Okay, in preparation for that future war, position yourself here and the other army will be... Are you disloyal? dare you? How dare you, Nakamakos? But you will pass anyway. Didn't notice that, honestly. He was inspired to this loyalty by a certain somebody. Okay, I was able to gain some legitimacy, but if I need some more, use your political influence, which I'm trying to do very little of. Instead, continue scheming. Because unfortunately, that's what he's going to spend most of his 20s. Just looking. Tell you what, if I was to adopt somebody, it would be him. But that's only if how he did on his performance in a future war. Which will be coming very soon, based on where this is going now. Not one of their good commanders. Just have a look. We got more reinforcements. Togo Dumnus. Oof, that's a hell of a name. Despite the dysentery, he's their best general so far. Basically, just look for the ones that are look for. You know what I mean. The Admiral was murdered. By whom? You. You are guilty for this. At least it's starting to go down slowly now, I'm becoming more popular. You evil bastard. And his energetic self is what caused him to go for murder. I didn't even notice. Damn that man. Damn him. Oh, it's going to expire this year. And then stability will be back up to normal. Isn't that the same last name as one of the commanders? Memnon, call upon you, because manpower's near full, so we're basically ready for war. But now, we need you. The faithful will hand over some of their gold to the local temple as we are to revere the beloved Memnon. If I ever have a son, I shall name him after you. One day we will build a holy site for you. We will. The treasury of Pentodanos Ophelia. It seems that he's got his hands on a lot of wealth, and he has started investing a great deal of silver into building a reputation for himself lately. Though it is unclear where he exactly found these riches, his efforts are surprisingly effective. With his increased popularity, Pentodanos started vying for a more powerful position in the Phocaean League, shamelessly comparing himself to our king, Tyrant, a tyrant who gives back, Xenophon. Ah! I don't want to go back to having more tyranny, but it just seems you just can't escape from it. And the temptation for more money is too great. But if I don't do it, I'll be less popular and be seen as less legitimate when I do so. Fine! While colonization colonization of Corsica continues. Yeah, that's still a thing. Got one more to colonize. I don't want more tyranny. And yet the temptations of it get the best of you. That great temple of Rhodos dedicated to Helios has been sacked by forces of Egypt. Egypt's our trading partner. Who can blame a soldier for pillaging? At least I'll be getting more legitimacy slowly but surely more than... Yes, more stability, please. Now we're back to normal levels. Have not impregnated her yet. It could take a long time, though. But if my first child was to be a daughter, I must switch to agnatic cognatic. They've done it. They've reached the other coast, where there's no port. This is why that major war is going to be coming sooner or later. But it seems, for now, we got this tyranny thing. Well, it's not quite under our control yet. Well, he remains disloyal. We can't go to war while he is still under command, because I need all commanders to be loyal to the state when we go to war, so we can't go to war without that as a result. Looking at settlement buildings of what's built and what's not built. Ah, you want to provoke him, huh? It's good to know that. I mean, at once, it's actually a good idea to keep an eye on her consort. Whatever she's up to, let her do it. Depending on what scheme she's up to. Keep an eye on that. But if I get desperate, like say, well, when I turn 25 or 30, I'm going to need to get rid of my wife and find a younger one who is not chaste. Because for me, I have a lot to prove to myself. But at least for now, just save up the money for war. Build up your war chest to at least 1,000 gold. And then wait for the old commander to die. Then we're finally ready for war. While I will continue to drill the troops to make sure these troops will stay loyal to me, as I'm continuing to pay most of my wealth on researching my lineage. With positive stability now, legitimacy will slowly go back up. We could go for more, but just wait until you get an heir. At least it goes up a little faster now. Yes. I approve this news. I mean, he's very loyal to me now. I mean, trusted commander, whatnot. Right. He's become an orator as of late. I wonder why that man has been... In fact, has he persuaded me? Since he's such a good speaker. If you want to please Memnon, build a holy site in a Hellenic Massalian area, which will increase the local tax, building slots, and migration attraction. I mean, it could help it out a bit, as long as the governor's not corrupt, which we know that man is a bit. Yes, for freedom. I'm a man of the people. And Corsica is fully colonized now. Just save your money a bit before we go for that holy site, as we don't get political influence fast enough like we used to these days. Another shrine's been desecrated by Egypt. Good job. They're in civil war. Oh, Obadanian civil war over there. See, this would be a good time for me to swoop down to this area and get it, but I don't have a claim on that. Which is something I should save that political influence on. Spend it on a claim of this part. Well, basically all of Obadania then. That's what we want. To knock them out of the war. It's easier that way. Look, at this rate, we're not going to go to war this soon as much as I wish to in this episode. We just have to wait for this epileptic man to die out. This loyalty inspired. Okay, he's loyal enough. Oof. I guess it'll be the Punic then, to be the replacement. I mean, I don't want to spend my money on recruiting some foreign commander to come here and serve this army, so it has to be Kalatsibal. But just wait. For now, to your original post. Good. Didn't like him. At least we found him, man. He's right here. Oh, I'm about to finish my researching lineage, so all that money can go to paying these little cohorts that I already have. And Memnon, who is one of the pretenders, is going off now. Now the son of Antigonos is fourth in line. Artemidotus. Surprised didn't name his son Memnon, which I will. If I ever get a son. Hasn't occurred yet. Because that woman treats her body like it's a temple. That is not ripe for pillaging. Watch yourselves. Just wanted to say a remark like that. Again, we're ready for war. I mean, maybe we should just wait, not only because of the general that'll be passing soon, but it's close to 100, and you know what I'm gonna get next. And then, where's your lower cohorts? They're all gone now. He stopped rebelling. Oh, good. Tell you what, you start drilling too. I know it's gonna give you a little more of the power base, but you know, it's for the military experience. We need more of it. You stopped the war? Since when did you play the mediator for this? This is going to be a massive war like no other. Fighting in multiple fronts. I will be fighting on the Eastern Front, and the other two... to what extended territory we're going to get. It's like we only have a territory claimant of 1. Well, we also want to reunite the coast. for a little bit more of Vespitania, which we'll get that. Yeah. Malakta and Vespitania, that's what we want. And also Opidania as well. These are the gains that we want. And whatever that'll be left in the war score, liberate some of the territories. Intervene on the Civil War again. Do we need another disloyal character? Just give it a temple. It'll help up the Hellenization of Gagrovia. Whoa, where did I get all that money? Well then, I think I know what to do with that money. Hold the games for more popularity. Yes, before we go to war, we shall hold the games. So that way I can be beloved by all, and nobody shall question the legitimacy of my rule ever again. And I hope one day we have a child together, Tala. The upcoming games. In true Phocaean faction, our benevolent ruler Xenophon has ordained that there will be a period of games of festivity. While it's not a commonplace, though many of the common folk and court alike are pondering whether Xenophon himself will take to the sands and prove his brave for all to see. Bring on the challenge. I look for popularity. Yeah, be careful of what you're going to get into. Keep drilling. What are you doing? The Grand Phocaean Games. The raging sun beats down on the competitors, glistening with oil and sweat. Many of the week's events have come and gone, with whispers amok regarding its final event, the gladiatorial free-for-all. The crowd cheers the jubilation as Xenophon appears, flanked by a detachment of the royal guard. None dare question the majesty of such a titan of competition. However, it comes, however, as a surprise when Xenophon slips and falls at the very last moment, automatically forfeiting the match. The royal guard quickly cleared the arena of the competitors and tended to reeling Xenophon. Oh boy, there goes my popularity. A splendid effort nonetheless. Well, I participated, but I fell. Don't worry about me. I'm okay. So that'll last for 5 years. And now my consort is going to sponsor the another games in Tyrant Xenophon. Oh, that's right next door to some Massalia. Remember the name, damn it. It's right here. We held the games there. No. Well, here's another, right next door. I mean, she's an intelligent woman, but unfortunately there's no child yet. I haven't impregnated her because we just haven't found the time together. I'm out leading an army while she's a bit active herself in another realm. So thanks to the popularity, now it's increasing lowering the tyranny. Now don't spend any more money. We must save it for the upcoming conflict. I mean, I have no shortage of my personal funds paying the lower cohorts that I'm gaining over time. Money. For the stability. And until we get a new commander, let's see what to do. Just this once, alright? get the siege ability, knowing that we're in for a long one and we gotta take down these fortresses as fast as we can. And don't worry, we'll have enough money. We don't need mercenaries anymore. But we will soon get one more military tradition. Any given time, we can turn Tartessos into a metropolis. A bustling metropolis. It could use for another temple. And that's it. No more spending unless it's a pop-up event where I must spend on something. Oh, don't worry about that. Antipatros is dead. Good. He was another troublemaker. And I will get somebody for you to... Oh, it's the new head. Well, of course. You'll have it. Luckily, there's no fortifications right on the border. So this will be easy to take. It's just these forts we have to take down. It seems the majority of the forts are not there, but they're over there. There's one there, but most of them down there. So it's actually the southern front is the one we gotta cover. Which means you got to attack there, there, then there. Well, this we can easily take. But the real question is, where's the capital? Told Oh. Told Here. That's the capital of this massive Central Iberian country. He's finally dead. Brother of the general. We needed a new royal bodyguard. Well, temporary appointment just before you pass. Meanwhile, I'm gonna spite them a bit. You take it. You take that nothing happening navy. This gambler. He's a royal tutor, you know. Oh, the tributary. Give it here. Almost there. Just a few more months and I'm gonna get it. Melancholia. Overtaken by smoldering and intense depression, Xenophon is sunk to a downward spiral which we're worried that he'll never return. We can only pray that fate smiles kindly upon him. Saddening. Now I'm even less charismatic. While the wife is like, oh no, don't you worry. I'll take good care of you. If we can have a child, that's why I'm depressed. By the way, when you turn 35, it's over between us. Got it? I could potentially put you on trial for... What the hell are you saying? That's your excuse of not having a child? You put a woman on trial and questioning it and whatnot? And just say that the old fella's family have messed with me for the last time. You. How dare you again. So we just wait for him to pass again. Well, meanwhile, we will finally get our military tradition for the Greek city-states path to finish. Here it is. Regardless, centuries of war. This will lower the infantry maintenance cost. And in addition, we also got the silver shields. Heavy infantry offense. So now heavy infantry will fight a lot better. And we maintain them a lot less, which will help up with the balance a bit more. Especially in your army, where it's full of heavy infantry. But we're basically going to use you as, the modern military terms, as cannon fodder. While I will come in and save the day. While my Iberian friend will never betray me. What did I tell you? Corrupt, corrupt. Listen, he's not as good, but whatever gets the morale armies up. Now we just have to wait for the old general to die. Now we need a stability to get up to 60, and then we'll switch to agnatic-cognatic. In case of our first child, which we better have one day, if it turns out to be a daughter. Which, of course, having a female ruler could cause a bit of problems. Especially if it's a young one that is crowned young and not somebody experienced. You've done it again! Murdered by the general. We know what you did, but the help will punish you. $50 each month, that's what I like to see. Son of the governor. I just put him there! He wasn't murdered. Maybe I didn't notice his health. I didn't have a look at that. Okay, fine, it'll be the Massalia and Iberic then. Of course, you failed to notice the fellas are going to get a shit for this. Not if we put him in another navy. Damn gambler. Appropriated wealth. So now we wait for him to die. Then it's all good. But do not worry. The depression won't kill me. It's just it's gonna... Every passing month, every passing year, still no child. Is there any hope? The only silver lining is this, that as time passes on, less tyranny. At least for now, until we do something stupid. You know, just do that one more time. Have something to do. Plus, getting a 2% chance of having a Greek bloodline, like if we do ever get a Greek bloodline, it's pretty much the equivalent of winning the lottery. Oh, don't you start. She's just plotting. Oh, by the way. No, never mind. Okay, here we go. This time we'll have a law change. This is just in case. Now it's agnatic cognatic. This will allow female children of monarch to succeed the throne if there are no valid male heirs. This can affect the perceived legitimacy of a dynasty, but will greatly decrease the chances of a failed succession. So there, problem solved. Now just wait for the old general to die. Yeah, he'll be going away pretty fast. Well, depending on what you mean by fast. Yeah, I know he scorns your family. You want to befriend a nice old... Well, she's not that nice. Woman. Some women just get all the luck, huh? Bastards. It infuriates me. War averted again. Oh, they're using the warning wars. Threatened war, that's what that is. But again, we're just saving our money for the upcoming war because this might be costly. Deceitful man, that's the problem with him. Him and their lies of deceit. Let's pass time a little bit fast. I'm waiting for that general to die. I can't wait anymore. Now he's hiring a private army. That'll make things worse. Got our manpower. Keep using Memnon, which will get bits of money from him. He is god of the economy, after all. Now we're back to positive stability. Oh no. Carthage, isn't it? No? Civil War? Yeah, Civil War. I could see that from here. But the problem is I can't get to you. Because Carthage has us blocked. They'll never give us access, knowing that we are mortal enemies. I mean, I'll accept your call, but I can't get to you at the moment. So who's the family head again? Just give him some job in the Navy. You're just a minor character. Here, have at it. I totally forgot about this mission. Mediterranean patrols. Our income depends on maintaining our flow of trade of our ports. If ever disrupted by pirates and the target of jealous rivals, a force must be established to defend the arteries of our treasury. A navy with at least 30 Liburnians is led by an admiral from the Ophiolid family. The appointed admiral will gain 15 loyalty. Our sprawling maritime network requires an equally sprawling navy, capable of defending our merchants from raiders, grievers, and rivals. Now we must decide whether to specialize the squadrons for speed or survivability. Speed, because we move our troops fast back and forth. That old general better die soon. Because all the pretender Xenophons are getting to me. Yeah, he'll die before Civil War. Scandal. This is our way to get him. Every member of the Stratocus family. I mean, we know it's him, but... Full and fair investigation. Before you die, you are now under investigation. This doesn't concern you. Well, the investigation of Nicomachos was maintained intended as a symbolic gesture to ease tensions, but it is clear after some preliminary groundwork by jurists that the accused is essentially guilty beyond all doubt, and it is a minor miracle that this did not come to light sooner. The unspeakable goings on as the Stratocus scarcely bear thinking about. It is, however, hard to ignore just how much situations like this lend themselves to the less scrupulous and willing to earn the depth and gratitude of their colleagues in need. You will lose your popularity for this, since you are looking to sponsor games. Just have to see what happens. Scandal draws to a close. The investigation into the accusations against Nicomachus can finally be brought to a close and has established his innocence in a matter of satisfaction to the court. The many concerned parties and witnesses have largely been dismissed as disruptive slanderers seeking to undermine the reputation of an important member of our society, their own nefarious aims. While there might be some small backlash over the seriousness of which the trial was conducted, he would at least stave off a major crisis amongst slaves while protecting their interests. A small fine is what he deserves. Yeah, they're not gonna like that. Not gonna like that at all. Maybe civil war will happen. But it's only up to him for him to pass. And then we'll deal with the Orphalid. That's the other one that must be dealt with. And the pretenders. So, just be patient. If it does break out, at least we'll have a Lord General on our side. 28 years old, still haven't impregnated my wife. I'm depressed, but Antigonos, you want to claim a holding for me? Didn't do that. Wait, how many holdings do you have? None. Well, we're all part of the same family. Okay, once I'm done with my lineage, I think I'm going to assassinate her. I mean, I can't ask for a divorce. And now it's against the will of the gods. Especially Memnon. Because, you know, he'll curse you. So for now, just finish your ambition. And wait for the old general to die. Get a loyal one. And we'll start making amends with the rest of the disloyal characters. Especially the Stratoclids. Which they've have their honor tarnished. Which, it isn't your fault. It's an unfair trial, I know. But it's something that had to be dealt with against him. Counting down. %, power base. Hurry up and die already. He'll die before the Civil War will begin before he dies. One thing for certain. Always happens. Okay. who's got the most holdings? It's gonna die with. Oh, who else? He's got 7 holdings. 6. Okay, finished. But still haven't impregnated a wife. You got until February. Once you turn 35, I'm going to make you a rival, and I will get rid of you, and I'll marry someone younger. And now, looks like Civil War will break out. There it is. Just get the money. Okay. They lost their man. Now, Stratoclids, we gotta start pleasing them again soon. Well, we know who the replacement's gonna be. Even though he's a naval man, but we need him because he's got the best martial out of all of us at this point. And as for them, well, can't get rid of the officers of my pretenders. Well, him in particular. Him, the minor character. Yeah, you're not good at your job, but we're gonna put you in anyway so we can start pleasing those bastards. But it's him that is the big problem. Because he's got loyal veterans. Which I cannot pay them off. Or just give it up and just say, fine, grant stipends. You get your allowance and get your load. That's not enough either. And I don't like to bribe people because that would just be petty of me. Because you know how I'm against corruption. Even though this is not a republic, but I don't know what the effects of corruption will do in monarchy, but I'm against it. Cassandra's now 4th in line. And she's got no power base. Well, once all the old men pass, then it's gotta be my eldest sister. And, well, that's gonna cause problems in the future. Well, we got big problems right now. Civil War is going to happen. No doubt. So, okay. Offered Spartakid. He can't be pleased. He can. I know he's very, very corrupt. And that monthly wage, as he's a gambler. And dying of diphtheria, an incurable disease. Okay, you know what? Fine. Give this man free hands. Unable to revoke free hands care for 2 years. Fine. Give it to him. Let him have what he wants. He wins this round. Once again, we averted the Civil War. Alright. Finally. Get to your positions. Start drilling. Because I have some other matters to tend to. With my consort. By February 20th, when she turns 35, it's over between us. Never pregnant. You know, the only power base she has is just a consort, but chance increased because she's not corrupt, so a trial probably won't happen. I mean, no matter how much increased chance of success will do, it's just... Well, what I mean is throughout the trial. I mean, we've seen it once way early in the series, in which, well, that didn't turn out well. But hey, it's less tyranny than, say, plan assassination to try to kill somebody. So, think what you're gonna think. Think. Well, we know that Metropolis and Massalia are capital, where we reside, and that's where my wife resides. Okay, I've decided what I'm gonna do to her. I'm gonna put her on trial. That's right. The atmosphere is dark in the court as Ptolemy of the accused is brought, head hanging before the tyrant. Ptolemy, the author of several tactical treatises, has finally gone one step too far. Keen to expedite trial, the examiner formally addresses the Tyrant Xenophon, asking what crime Ptolemy stands accused of. Oh, I don't want more of that. That's the last thing I would want. Huh! Listen, you are an intelligent woman, but I started to think that Elphilet's played a trick against me by sending you because you have the charisma. It's just, you never truly loved me. As for that, abuse of office is a serious matter. So we'll gain a bit of popularity for the best. Self-incrimination. During a dull and frankly amateurish defense, Ptolemy works herself into quite a tricky situation. We remain unsure quite how. Rather than professing innocence, she seems to have mistakenly assumed that she was acting on behalf of the prosecution and accused herself of a wide variety of crimes. Now, this might be a good chance to push the advantage. I mean, I don't know where you get your money from, but I assume you get your money and you use that money to sponsor the games, which is good for the people that you sponsor, which I was sponsoring at the same time. That is abuse of office right there. Pushing your own ego. You're trying to get more popular than I am, even though we're far from. Let me see. Invest in a few favors and turn this into a win. It was 53%, now it's 58%. It'll increase over time. In the midst of a rousing and self-congratulatory monologue, Ptolemy pauses with a dramatic effect, wheeling around. She points directly at Alcimachus Spartacus, who happens to be attending the court. In a shaking voice, Ptolemy accuses Alcimachus of masterminding the whole affair, leading too much of the court joining her side. Well, she's an intelligent woman. I'll tell you that. You have a high chance now. But, no. That would be a threat of civil war again. Unless I were to... Again, I gave that man free hands. Has he had enough? I'm nodding my head. Well, he's a very corrupt gambler. So I'll just say this may be true, but they must be in it together. The verdict. The court falls deathly silent as the magistrate clears his throat, falters, and pipes up a weary voice. Finds Ptolemy Ophilet guilty of all charges. The entire building shakes in uproar of all presence. The court guard seats Ptolemy and march her away to the dungeon. Her fate is ours to decide. Now, we got her. I know it took up a bit of tyranny, which I'm trying to get rid of, but there is one thing that's hindering the future of the Xenophid dynasty, and it's her. We got her. Yeah, we're putting you in a dungeon while you're kicking and screaming. And we are officially divorced as a result. And good luck trying to escape prison. You'll be in there for a long time. And selling into slavery would just be a bad idea. Not because of tyranny, and we're rich. Flogging her would make me less popular, which I don't want that. I'm not gonna punish her like that. It's just, this is a divorce. A trial for a divorce. And we got what we wanted. And I'm not gonna banish her out of the country either. Because, you know, she'll come back with revenge. It's better to keep her in here. So just let her rot. Don't banish her. Don't kill her. Because she's got connections. Because, you know, that man. He'll be dealt with one day. No need to smear her reputation. She's only in prison. But the matter is over, right? I'm still young and I got a lot of good years ahead of me. So, any single young ladies? 18, 19, 20. Oh, we got good candidates. At least the first three. 5 charisma. Good. Okay, let me see. Thessalonike, daughter of the governor of Italia, Corsica. Grandchild of General the 4th Stratus. Tigonos. A plus member of the Xenophid family, which, that makes her a kinswoman. Incapable, dumb, and uncaring. Oh, good. The complete opposite of intelligent, which means more loyal. And she has better finesse than me, despite the fact I'm depressed. She's rather uncaring. But she's also incapable, which is even less finesse. And, okay, what about this other woman? The other Xenophid kinswoman, Nysa. Righteous, cautious, but she has a disease, which is treatable. I'll help you out. Oh, that gets her more charisma. You're the father of you're the daughter of Eumenes, which he's a good man, at least for now. Of course, he named his son Memnon. I plan on naming my son Memnon too if we were to have children together. So, I finally found the girl of my dreams. It shall be Nysa. And the third candidate, lustful, but frail and miserly, which is the opposite of generous. But frailty, she's not going to live long. But the fertility's good, but the lustful can sometimes be a little bit of a, you know, the soil, and she may lust for other men. Interestingly, they're all Xenophid kinswomen. They're not, you know, me directly. So, it shall be nice. Suitable match. While Xenophon has enjoyed life immensely as a man of leisure, well, I am energetic. He summoned an envoy this very morning to deliver a proposal of marriage to an attractive young maiden, Nysa, hoping to produce heirs to further legitimize the Xenophid dynasty. The envoy reports that the young maiden, Nysa, is almost swooned after receiving the news, made that Xenophon and Nysa are an ideal match. Splendid. Let us arrange the festivities. Now I'm gonna help you make you feel better from, well, the physician. A physician named Memnon, which he's got good statesmanship. Good finesse. Memnon Straticlid, bear that in mind. Popular name in the Phocaean League. Tell you what, if you mess with my wife, I'm gonna put you on trial too. So, for now, do not worry, my love. We need your charisma. Because you have a way with words like no other woman in this realm. Not even my big sister Cassandra. But she's pregnant. Hmm. First time in a while. So, problem solved. And I don't want to see her name ever again. For now, keep your eye on her. Your ambition is to seek treatment too. Or, oh no, it's just another, this is to help myself. I'm okay with the legitimacy now. All you have to worry about is whoever's targeting you. Such as that man who wants my holdings. Which I could tell him to stop doing that. There you go. He won't get it. Not now, not ever. Okay, now, we just have to wait for this guy, which... friends in prison. Of course, my only friend in the world is the Iberian. Which, by the way, where'd your hair go? You had long hair back then. I guess you just wanted to be like us Greeks. Oh, don't do that. Just let him be Iberic. Healthy. The tutor, however, the other disloyal character, that man also has to be dealt with. Well, we're no friends of them, knowing who we're up against. Now all we need is Akimakos. But again, we're ready for war. All of it. Which will happen in the next episode, which we've spent the entire episode dealing with the succession crisis, which we have succeeded. And the inability of having a child, which is rather unfortunate. So I just hope you get well soon, Nysa. I mean, if... maybe one day I ought to befriend you. But then again, we're of kin. Wedded ruler family. Yes. Shall always remain one. It's okay if you get friends yourself. We just gotta be careful for pretenders. But be careful what you spend your money on. I mean, I'm popular enough. Should be. I'll be more popular during the war. So, I mean, again, depression ain't gonna kill me. It's just my lack of finesse and charisma will be compensated thanks to her charisma. While I hope she gets well soon, and when you get more charisma, that means less tyranny, so it can go down faster. When you have more legitimacy, then more freemen will like it. And the primary attraction, if we ever get a child, regardless if it's a daughter or a son. But, yeah, I'll be happy to take some of your money. We're both rich together. Because we Xenophids are a very prominent family, are we not? Yes, we're the most prestigious family now. It's just the other side of the Xenophid family's been having more children, whereas I've yet to have one for this direct line. Just to ready ourselves for war, spend it on discipline. We'll end the episode soon. No doubt, next episode, we will finally go to war against the Celto-Iberians. They may have another civil war in their hands, but their reign of terror over Central Iberia is enough. There exists the Phocaean League, a general feeling of dissatisfaction as the financial practices of Bakuza Stratoclid. Massalia Hellenic. I was wondering what that name was. Malicious rumors circulate painting a raw picture of hordes of gold jealously squirreled away in the national treasury. we got the money, so don't worry. I'll donate it to the poor. Remember, I'm the people's king. I need to get that tutor back on our side, so we can have our heir tutored in the future. For our future prince or princess. If we ever get a child. Which, don't worry, we have a lot of years together. And I have a lot of years. As I'm 30 years old now. Still depressed, but do know where I will find joy in fighting against them. Treatment didn't work. Are you going to spend it, or do you want me to spend it? Because I kind of want to help her out a little. I mean, it's not going to kill her, but Ventagra will go away eventually. Spread by kissing and body contact. Oh, be careful with that. What kind of a person did I marry to? But what I needed for the charisma. To get her better from him. At least you have the philosophers as a friend. Okay, fine. I need you to get better. Apparently, old Dr. Memnon didn't treat her right. If you fail again, trial, and I won't hesitate to do it again. How much is it for the holy sign? 400? 400, okay. Because remember, we can't let the cult of Memnon die out. At least while we're still giving while people still give donations to thank the gods. Thanks to the superb skill of Memnon Strataglid, who oversees the mysterious medical arts, soon the full recovery's been made. Excellent. Now we can make bodily contact in the physical act of love. And whatnot. She wants to provoke somebody else in the office. One day, I will befriend you. What'd you pick up? Humble. Oh, that gives you more charisma. Good. It's good to see that you are humble, cautious, and righteous. Now that is a good trait of a wife. Not just my consort, but a real wife. So before we end this episode, let's end this event. The preeminent Aminatus Spartacus. Some say that throughout the Phocaean League, there's one constant. The deeds and character of Aminatus Spartacus precede him, from the villas of the capital to the shabbiest border town. Aminatus has risen to great prominence and position as a public servant and aristocrat, and through his legendary private sorties has the ear of everybody worth knowing in Massalia. He could no doubt make a useful domestic ally. The governor from there, from our most important Iberian region. Oh dear. I know we have issues with the Spartakids, but they're okay with us now. It's the Elphilid and that man is the problem. Oh, you know him, do you? Oh, don't worry about him. He'll die off soon enough. Well, as for you, old governor, I mean, you don't want to have a disloyal province. It's good now. But I'd be spending money and become friend and I'd become corrupt. And I would see him as a rival. Oh, no. Just say, what of it? Okay. So remember, now that she's feel better, just let her do whatever the hell she wants. Whatever Nysa wants, Nysa gets. She contributes us to the charisma. And with that, tyranny can now still going down gradually more and more. So ladies and gentlemen, it's been quite an episode of these internal and domestic affairs, especially that trial. That we divorced that nothing happening woman that I won't say her name anymore, and marry the real woman of my dreams, someone with charisma and humble. She'll never betray me unless I befriend her first, much like I befriended my Iberian honor guard. So now, in the next episode, finally, to war. I mean, they're ready for war, and so are we. I mean, look at them. Order to retreat, martial vessels, they're ready for a fight. That old man finally kicked the bucket. Oof. But he's low. Oh, come on. 2 inexperienced people? Corrupt. Great. Well, I ought to give it to him if you want to keep your heads. So, for now, we will leave the episode with this. Let's try to prevent this civil war from occurring again one more time. And then finally we're off to war. And I hope by then, not pregnant yet, but we hope to have children. I mean, I'm 31 years old, and she's 21. My birthday has passed. Her birthday's 9, so, you know, we have a lot of years together. Don't you worry. So, stuff better be happening, one way or another. And we hope you come to see this next episode, because stuff will be happening again. But until then, so long for now.